We'll get started. Cool. Welcome to Yoga Flow. Today we have twists and balances for our focus. Very gentle, of course. But we're going to begin on the top of our mats. Feet are a little bit narrower than hip width. We're just going to start by taking a big inhale to reach overhead into mountain pose. We're going to kind of shift side to side, reaching one arm over the other. So you can see me here. It's getting a little bit of shifting and movement in the spine and the shoulders. Good, and we'll find some stillness, just reaching both arms straight overhead. And as we exhale, we're gonna cactus the arms, press the hips forward to baby back bend. We'll inhale to reach overhead once again, nice and tall. And as we exhale, we're gonna fold forward all the way down, letting the head and neck be heavy, let the arms be heavy. With our first forward fold of the day, if your hamstrings are feeling a little tight, you can take some movements, whether that's swaying the upper body side to side, maybe it's kind of shifting the hips to move that stretch a little more so from one leg to the other. Always have options. I'll take a couple more deep breaths. Maybe try some different movements. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to lift halfway, placing the hands gently on the knees, the thighs, the shins, and finding length all the way from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. We'll hold here for a moment to build a little bit of heat in the postural muscles in the back. One more big inhale. On your exhale, you can slowly fold back down all the way. Forward fold. Good, and we'll inhale to slowly rise all the way to standing, taking a couple shoulder rolls at the top, inhaling to bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale down the spine. Nice slow and exaggerated movement. Let's get one more. Perfect. We'll find some stillness at the bottom here. We're going to inhale to slowly twist open to the left. As we exhale, pull back to the center. Inhaling to reach open to the right. Then exhale to pull back to center. We get one more on each side. Inhale to reach, left arm back. Exhale to the center. Now one more inhale to twist and reach. And exhale to the center, good. Your next big inhale, we're gonna just move the arms from the front of us all the way overhead. We'll take a steeple grip, so just leaving the index finger, pointer finger, the thumbs pointed up, the rest of the fingers are interlaced. We'll slowly start to walk the feet all the way together if they're not already there. On your next inhale, we're gonna reach overhead and exhale over to the left side, kind of bumping the hips to the right, feeling that stretch in the side body. Good, we'll inhale to bring it back to the center. And exhale, reach to the right, bump the hips left. Inhale back to the center, one more on each side, exhaling to reach left, bump the hips right, going as far as comfortable. One more inhale to reach overhead, and exhale to bump the hips left, reach right. Good, and we'll inhale to reach tall, and we'll slowly release the hands, nice and big, take up some space. A few more shoulder rolls once we get to the bottom, inhaling on the way up. Exhale on the way down. If you like, you can also switch directions with these, maybe sending the shoulders up the back, down the chest, same breathing patterns, inhaling up, then exhale down. Good. All right, we'll find some stillness here. On your next inhale, we're going to reach tall one more time. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly start to sink down into chair pose. Bring a little more heat to the legs here. So feet should be together or close to touching. You can feel out what's comfortable for you. If you'd like, hands can be lifted overhead. Feel a good stretch in the upper back and shoulders, or if it's more comfortable, you can keep them like I had them in heart center, just palms together, elbows out wide. We'll try to sink a ½ inch lower, really pressing the hips behind us. Starting to feel that warmth build up in the legs. Good. All right, from here, if your arms are overhead, we'll go ahead and bring them to heart center, palms together, elbows out nice and wide. And we're gonna go for a prayer twist. Bring the left elbow to right knee. Really focusing on pressing that elbow into the knee, pressing the hands together. Go ahead and check in with the knees and pull that left hip back. Try to keep the knees as level as possible, even in line. Take one more big inhale. Good. On the exhale, we'll slowly release, forward fold in the center. Let the head and neck hang down. Couple deep breaths, maybe add some movement, whatever feels good. Good. On your next inhale, we'll slowly rise back up, kind of going right into our squat. Just bring the hips behind us. Palms again come to heart center. We'll slowly twist right elbow to left knee. I had to think about that here. Really focusing on pressing hands together, pressing that right elbow into the knee. And again, checking in and kind of pulling that right hip behind us to keep those knees even in line. Take 2 more deep breaths as we hold. Loving that warmth in the legs. Losing my mic here. There we go. Good. And after your second deep breath, you can slowly release and fold down to the center. Maybe taking a rock this time, shifting from heels to toes. Nice deep breaths here to refresh those legs. Good. We'll find stillness with the feet. We'll inhale to rise all the way up. We're gonna draw that left foot off the ground, going for a single leg mountain pose. Our first balance here. So we'll aim to keep that leg about 90 degrees. Arms are gonna stay overhead if you can. Another option with the arms, you can have them out to the sides if that's more helpful for balance. And if you're uncomfortable with this balance, you can also hang on to a wall, a couch, a chair, anything that's close by. Take one more big inhale. Good, and as we exhale, we're gonna swoop the arms behind us, airplane arms, and press that left leg back, going into another balance, warrior 3. If the airplane arms are uncomfortable, you can also reach overhead. You have space. You can bring hands to heart center. Wherever is beneficial to help with your balance. Really focusing on using the glutes to lift that left leg up. You're not here much longer. Last 3, 2, 1. We'll slowly glide that left foot back, stepping gracefully, and we'll swoop the arms overhead to crescent lunge. We'll stay low for a moment, take time to check in here, making sure that knee is right above the ankle with that front right leg. Arms are reaching tall overhead. We'll go ahead and draw the shoulders down the back, let them relax. Good. We'll take a big inhale to reach tall. And exhale to twist open to warrior 2, pivoting that back foot down, keeping that nice bend in the front knee. Just gazing over the front fingertips. Good. As we inhale, we're gonna slowly hinge forward, tic-tac the arms down to extended side angle. And trying to keep light pressure with that right hand. We shouldn't be falling down on that leg. We're focusing on lifting with those left obliques. You can gaze up at the ceiling, out in front of you, or down at your mat, and whatever is most comfortable. Losing my mic today, hang with me here. Take one more big inhale. Big exhale. Your next inhale will rise to reverse warrior, keeping that bend in the front leg, reaching the right arm tall overhead. Gazing up at the ceiling here and finding that lift through the side body. And as we exhale, we're gonna just straighten out that front leg, let the arms find that warrior two position once again. We'll slowly start to hinge forward, tic-tac the arms down to extended triangle. Making the same thing here, not falling down on that leg. We are lifting up using the obliques in the left side of the body. Gaze can either be up at the ceiling, out in front of you, or down at the mat. We'll hold here just a little bit longer, building up some heat in those obliques, really letting them work. Take one more big inhale, find that reach through the side body. And as we exhale, we'll find a bend in that front leg once again. You can either stay here, or this is an option of another balance, gently moving into half moon. So with half moon, we're gonna just gently press up onto that front foot. You can also just slowly walk that left foot down. Hang on to something for balance if you'd like. The goal is to keep that left leg lifted out and ultimately just be balancing, lifting those arms, reaching out towards the ground and towards the ceiling. But again, if you'd like to hang on to something to help you out, I have my TV stand here. You can also use a yoga block, a chair, or if you want, you can just rest that hand down on the ground if that's comfortable. We'll continue to hold here just a little bit longer. Get rid of all these bones here. Take one more big inhale. Good, and as we exhale, we'll release slowly back to the mat. We'll find those warrior two arms, and let's go ahead and straighten out that front leg. Feel a nice stretch. You can kind of shift forward and backward. Feel the core engaged as we move our torso. Good. We'll slowly pivot to the feet until they are parallel. We'll keep our arms lifted out. We're gonna slowly press the hips behind us, hinging forward to wide leg forward fold. We'll keep the arms out for a moment here, really squeezing those shoulder blades together, build some heat. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll release the hands down to the mat, release the head down. Feel free to kind of shift the legs side to side. If you want to get a little funky, you can roll your weight onto the toes carefully and back to the heels. Nice work. I'll take a couple more deep breaths here just as a good reset for the body, kind of grounding ourselves down, getting ready for another round of our twisting and balancing. Good. On your next inhale, we'll find that lovely T with the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We'll slowly begin to rise, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips forward. Good. We're gonna cartwheel the hands down to the mat and flow through chaturanga with whatever variations feel good for you. It's either high plank or half plank. We'll slowly shift forward, pin the elbows as we lower down, finding either modified cobra or up dog, and making our way to downward facing dog or child's pose. Take a couple deep breaths here again, just a little reset. Preparing for round 2. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna slowly step our way to the top of the mat, finding forward fold, just for a moment. We'll take an inhale to lift halfway, gently placing the hands on the knees, the shins, the thighs, finding length from the tailbone through the top of the crown. As we exhale, we'll fall back down, a forward fold. We'll take a big inhale to slowly roll and rise. We'll reach the hands overhead nice and tall. Good. We'll slowly start to sink it down into our lovely chair pose. Either keep the hands lifted overhead or you can bring them to heart center. We'll slowly start to kind of toe heel the feet either together we're as close together as it's comfortable for you. Really pushing our hips behind us, trying to keep that chest and our gaze lifted, nice and tall. Good, and if you're not already at heart center, we'll bring the hands down, keeping the elbows nice and wide. We'll slowly start to find that prayer twist to the right, bring left elbow to right knee. Really focusing on pressing through the hands, keeping those elbows nice and wide. You can check in with the knees and kind of pull that left hip and left knee back so it's in line with the right. Good, we'll take 2 more breaths. Hold here. Good, and after your second deep breath, you can slowly start to release. Forward fold in the center, straightening out the legs as much as comfortable. Take a few breaths to reset. Good. On your next inhale, we'll slowly just rise to lower into a squat. We'll go ahead and just bring the hands to heart center right away, elbows out wide. We'll slowly begin to find our prayer twist to the left, bringing the right elbow to left knee. Really focusing on pressing into the palms, keeping the elbows wide. We'll check in with that right knee, kind of pulling it back so it's in line with the left. We'll hold here for 2 deep breaths, appreciating that heat in the legs, feeling that nice twist. Good, and after your second deep breath, you can slowly start to release the hands down. Take a few breaths to reset. Good, we'll inhale to rise all the way up, this time drawing our right knee up with us for that single leg mountain pose. Really grounding down through the left side. Again, aiming for a nice 90-degree angle with that right leg as we use our core to lift it up. Squeeze the quad. You should feel a little bit of fire on the top of your leg as well. We'll try to relax those shoulders. And again, hands can be overhead. If it's easier, you can go out wide to the sides. Whatever is beneficial to help with your balance. You're not here much longer. Moving into our next balancing pose of Warrior 3, we'll slowly start to airplane the arms and kick that right leg back. Slow kick. Hinging forward, lifting that leg straight behind us, using those glutes to keep it lifted tall. And if the airplane arms aren't suiting you today, it's okay. You can lift overhead. You can also bring it to heart center. Maybe just find that wide T if that's helpful for your balance. Always an option too, if you have a couch, a chair, a wall close by, you can hang on whenever you need a little extra support. We'll do our best to stay lifted and hinging forward stronger. Not here much longer. Last 3, 2, 1. We'll gently glide, stepping back and swooping the arms overhead to crescent lunge. We'll take a moment to check in here, making sure that front knee is above the ankle. Arms are lifted tall, shoulders are relaxed down. We're drawing them away from the ears. We'll take an inhale to reach overhead. As we exhale, we'll twist open to Warrior 2, just pivoting that back foot down, keeping that bend in the front leg. Arms out to that lovely T, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We'll gaze over the front fingertips. Good, on our next inhale, we'll slowly hinge forward, tick-tock the arms down to extended side angle. And we're not falling down on that leg. We are staying lifted through the side body, reaching that arm tall overhead. Continue to stay lifted. Again, gaze can be straight up at the ceiling, maybe out in front of you, or down at your mat, or dog assistant like me. On your next inhale, we'll slowly begin to rise to reverse warrior, keeping that bend in the front leg, reaching that left arm tall overhead, and finding that lift through left side. Good. And on our exhale, we'll slowly start to find those warrior two arms, straightening out the front leg. Once we are in position, we'll slowly start to hinge forward, reaching, and tic-tac the arms down once again, continuing to find that lift in the right obliques. And we're not resting, falling down, lifting up, strong and steady. We'll stay here just a little bit longer, again, building that heat, appreciating that challenge. Good. And from here, we'll move to our option of that half moon balance. So if you'd like to go for the balance, we'll start to take a bend in that front leg and slowly start to kind of press up until you can find your balance. You can play around with it. But the ultimate goal is trying to lift that leg out and keep the arms out straight towards the ground, towards the ceiling. Like me, if you're struggling with your balance a little bit, totally okay. This is a challenging one. Can hang on to, I have a couch, use a yoga block, TV stand, chair, whatever you have around you. We'll work to stay lifted again, using that core, using those glutes. Just a little bit longer, fight through here. And keep breathing. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll gently step it down slow, finding those warrior two arms. We'll go ahead and straighten out that front leg and start to pivot the feet so they are parallel. We'll keep our arms in this lovely T, slowly starting to press the hips behind us, hinge forward, lead with the chest. We'll keep the arms lifted out for just a moment, squeezing the shoulder blades together, building some heat. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. You can release the arms down, let the head hang down. Just relax for a moment here. Again, you can shift the legs side to side. Maybe play around with that weight placement on your feet, kind of rolling weight towards the toes, back towards the heels. You can find what feels good for your body right now as a little reset. Nice deep breaths. Let's take one more big inhale, followed up by a big exhale. Then on your next inhale, we'll go ahead and find that T with the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades tight. And we'll slowly begin to rise, squeezing the glutes, pressing hips forward. Good. All right, from here, we'll cartwheel the hands, flowing through chaturanga, whatever way is comfortable for you, either high or half plank. And we'll slowly bring ourselves forward, pin the elbows down, then find either modified cobra or up dog. Then we'll make our way to either down dog or child's pose. And a few deep breaths to reset, maybe finding some nice movement, swaying side to side, shifting the hips, finding some knee bends in that down dog. Good. And from here, we'll make our way to a seated position, however it's comfortable. So we'll kind of shift ourselves forward or down. And keeping with our twisting theme, we have 2 options for our first core focused exercise. So we're going to be leaning back with arms out in front of us. Feet can either be on the ground or you can lift them up. And from here, we're going to twist to reach behind us and then pull back forward. So we're inhaling on the way back and exhale as we twist, kind of thinking like our warm-up arms we went through earlier. So we'll get ready here again, feet down, feet lifted. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we'll go for time. Again, inhaling as we reach back, exhale to pull forward. You can move at your own pace, but I encourage you to keep it nice and slow. Really focus on the core here, Really feeling those muscles to help you twist, reach, and pull it back to the center. Of course, keeping that chest lifted nice and tall all the way through. Good, we have about 10 more seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can slowly roll all the way onto your back. We'll bring the right knee into the chest right away and find a gentle twist, bringing it across to the left side of the body. You can either keep your gaze up at the ceiling, or you can lay that right hand down and shift your gaze over the fingertips. Finding a gentle stretch, full to release. And nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, we'll slowly bring that right leg back into the chest, give it one more hug, then we'll release. Inhaling to bring the left knee into the chest and gently across to the right side of the body. And gaze can either be up at the ceiling, or you can lay those left fingertips down and gaze right over the fingertips. Nice deep breaths here. Let's get 2 more. Good, and after that second one, we'll use an inhale to pull that left leg to the center, and then an exhale to release, letting it go long. We'll slowly rise up, so rolling all the way up, using the core. Good, and then we'll bend the legs, finding our starting position for round 2 of our twist back and reach. Reach back and twist, whatever you'd like to call it. So arms out, feet down, or feet hovering. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So inhaling to reach back and exhale to twist it forward. I'm trying to keep it slow here and really focusing on that core engagement throughout the exercise. You can play around. If your feet aren't off the ground, you can always go for kind of one side just to test out the waters. Good, we have 10 seconds left. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and we'll slowly roll our way back down to the mat, this time taking both knees into the chest. We'll slowly just draw some circles with the knees. You can see Rosie's in the way. The circles are kind of shifting the weight around in the low back. You should feel a really nice massage with this one. We'll slowly start to switch directions with our circles. Nice and slow, relaxed movements. Good. From here, we're going to slowly release the feet down. We'll start to straighten out the left leg, keeping the right leg bent on the mat. From here, the left hand is going to bend behind the head. The right hand is going to be straight. We're going to go for some cross crunches, a nice twisty core exercise here. So with the movement, a quick demo, we're going to sit up and reach towards the outside of the leg and then slowly bring it back down. So we'll begin, again, left leg straight, right arm straight in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So reaching up, nice and slow on the way down. So exhaling as we reach. Inhale to reset on the way down. And trying to get that little twist as we reach up at the top. I'm feeling that core getting fired up here. Slow and steady. We have 10 more seconds, and we'll switch sides. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we'll just take a bend in the left leg, keep the right leg bent. We'll take some quick windshield wipers, letting the knees drop off towards either side. Good refresher for the hips and low back. Beautiful. All right, we'll find some stillness, extending the right leg out straight, keeping that left leg bent. And from here, right arm bends behind the head and the left arm is straight. We'll begin with side 2 in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Exhaling to reach, twist, inhale to reset on the way down. And this exercise is nice and slow. There's never a rush. Like slow core to really focus on that muscle engagement. Not just fly through the exercise. Take time to appreciate it. Definitely appreciate a good core burn. We have 15 more seconds. Nice work. We'll keep it up slow and steady. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can finish it out. And we'll take a bend in both knees. Quick refresher, windshield wipers, dropping knees off towards either side. Deep breath or 2. Good. We'll go through once more, extending that left leg out straight. Left arm is behind the head, right arm is straight. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sitting up to reach, twist. Nice and slow on the way down. Really focusing on what those core muscles are doing, feeling them fire up as we reach, twist, maybe hold for a moment, and slow it down all the way. About 10 more seconds left on this side. Focus in. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out. Good. All right. We'll just move right into side 2. So we'll plant that left foot down, extend the right leg out. Right arm is behind the head, left arm is straight. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Side 2. This is our final roughly 30 seconds of work. Really make it count. Getting that strong sit up and twist. Controlled all the way down to your mat. 15 seconds. Continuing to breathe through, get exhale as we sit up, twist, inhale to reset. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. From here, we're going to take a couple roll-ups. So grabbing behind the knees, and rock and roll your way. Feel free to take as many or as few of these as you'd like. Good way to massage out the back and spine. When you're ready, we'll make our way to a butterfly pose. Feet together in the center, pressing down lightly on the knees with elbows. If you'd like, you can add some gentle movement, maybe rocking side to side. Kind of bounce along with that stretch. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good. From here, we'll gently just hinge back, bring your feet to a comfortable cross-legged position, and we'll cross the arms one over the other. So right hand on left knee, left hand on right knee. We'll just hold them here, taking a couple deep breaths. Feel a nice upper body stretch, shoulders, upper back. Get 1 more deep breath. Good. Then from here, we're just going to switch which arm is on top. So go ahead and cross it over and grab on tight to the knees and breathe. Nice and big. Deep inhales, deep exhales, kind of feeling the shoulders and everything rise up with the inhale. Everything compress down with the exhale. Let's get 2 more breaths. Good. We'll release the hands, taking a big inhale to reach overhead. We'll exhale to gently twist to the right. Final twist here. Inhale to reach overhead. Exhale to twist left. We'll inhale to reach overhead. Then as we exhale, we're gonna gently bring the palms together and down to the forehead at third eye center with elbows out nice and wide. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga flow with twists and balances just to make our practice a little more fun today. We'll seal our time together with Namaste.